In this video, we will talk about magenta color because it's our year color for 2023. Aside from being the luckiest color of the year, even back before years, it is said that magenta is a special shade of color. But what exactly the magenta color made it special? Now, let's dive deeper on how magenta was discovered. And why is it called magenta in the first place?
So, how do we describe the magenta color? Let's tackle and discuss the color magenta.
Magenta has a various color of shades, which includes the shade of pinkish purplish red, a reddish purplish pink, or a shade of mauvish crimson. To such a great extent, the color magenta evolves because of the three primary colors. The primary colors are yellow, blue and red, making the most important role in contributing different colors. Mixing different amounts of the primary colors can make all the colors of the color wheels. And when mixing the two amounts of the primary colors, it makes a progress of another color, such as orange, green and purple, and it is called the secondary colors. As stated or described on the color wheel, magenta is a secondary color that sits directly between the primary colors, red and blue. So within a color wheel, the color magenta is located exactly at the midway of red and blue. The result of mix of two primary colors creates a striking shade that is best described as pinky, purple. On the other hand, primary colors and secondary colors, when it is mixed together, it creates a tertiary colors, and beyond. Tertiary colors may consist of blue-purple color, mixed of blue and purple, red-orange color, mixed of red and orange, yellow-green color, mixed of yellow and green, blue-green color, mixed of blue and green, red-purple color, mixed of red and purple, and yellow-orange color, mixed of yellow and orange. By this example, colors may expand to infinity and beyond.
Furthermore, the magenta color on the color wheel of RGB additive and CMY subtractive color models is also located at exactly midway between the red and the blue color.
What is additive color and subtractive color?
The additive system, or also known as RGB color wheel. The additive color model describes how light produces the color that we see in our digital devices. The additive colors are red, green and blue, or RGB. Additive color starts with black and includes the red, green and blue color light. These three major colors is to produce the visible spectrum of colors in our screen gadgets that are activated by the electrical charge. As more color is added, the result is lighter. When all three colors are combined equally, the result is white light. And the best examples for these additive color system that we still use today are computers, cell phones, televisions and lights. With this component it is used for digital designs, whom digital designers and digital artists exactly needed. On the other hand, subtractive colors are created by completely or moderately absorbing, or subtracting, some light wavelengths and reflecting other colors. CMY color model works by partially or entirely imprinting colors on a lighter surface, usually white background. The ink reduces the light that would otherwise be reflected on the imprints. The subtractive colors are cyan, yellow, magenta and black, also known as CMYK. Subtractive color begins with white paper, and ends with black. As color is added, the result is darker. The subtractive color system are used for paints, pigments or other physical color substances. Also used for printings.
Likewise, the magenta is one of the four colors used in inkjet printer, along with yellow, cyan and black inks. These colors are to make all the ink colors used in color printing. The tone magenta is used in printing is called printer's magenta. And now that you know that with the combination of red, green, and blue, or because of RGB color system, it all created the colors for televisions, computer display, and lights. And remember that the magenta color is a secondary color, made by combining equal amounts of red and blue light at a high intensity. Now, We all know that magenta is a mixture of purple, red and crimson. The thing that makes this color unique and special is that because it does not appear in the visible spectrum of light, and it lacks a length of illumination that corresponds to that specific color. What's more really intriguing, it is only an extra spectral color, meaning it is not a hue associated with monochromatic visible light. Rather, it's something only that our brain creates to fill in a space in a way that makes sense for all of us. Red and purple are the two ends of the spectrum. So, when you look at the spectrum, they are naturally faded colors into one another. So, why do we see colors that doesn't exist, like magenta? The answer is when our brain functions, it manages to equally balance what we physiologically and psychologically perceived. For the fact that our human brains has only 3 photoreceptors like red, blue and green. So, technically these are the colors that we can see with our eyes. Due to the poor light fastness of the dye, the red-pink color these days is made based on the pigment of quinacridone. Let's take a look back to magenta color. Arguably, magenta doesn't actually exist, because it's only just an imagination of our brain to distinguish wavelengths from one another. Despite that, the magenta color, it turns out, it's not the only color that doesn't exist. And what we see may not just be a lofty thought, nothing more than an idea. But then again, what if it's not? Anyway guys, hope you like my video about magenta, and if you haven't subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more upcoming videos.